Hi, this is Dina, Pretty Reductive. Welcome back to my channel. Today what I'm going to be doing is a very quick January close to my budget, a February setup, February cash stuffing. So I'm going to start first with kind of how I close my January budget. So I did not film last week my weekly check-in because I was really busy over the weekend. I didn't get a chance to. So what I ended up doing is just kind of closing it out off camera. So one of the first steps I do when I close out a budget is to go through my sinking funds, my envelopes, and everything and decide what I actually spent in those categories. And I need to do that before I set up my new budget because I need to know what I need to fund. So what I do is I take this sheet, I write down everything that I took out, anything I added in, and then I come up with a new balance, and then I take that new balance and move it into my beginning balance for the next month. So I've done that. So I ended up spending $415. I added $300, so right there $116 was less than my beginning balance last time. So with what came in versus what went out. Do the same thing with my cash envelopes and then my long-term sinking funds as well. So this is what I came up with to start my setup of my budget, and then this is what I am going to fund for my sinking funds based on what I need to do this month. So my next step is to do this form. This should look vaguely familiar, or some version of this form. I've used it for years. So I put in our income. We do have a medical payment that comes into the account to help offset our medical expenses. We are doing kind of like a COBRA, but it's through a company called Thin Blue Line, and it's designed for first responders that retire long before Medicare can, kick in. So it could be police, fire, like DPS, any of those. And so our income, as usual, is $11,634. And then I take 10% off and I put that into savings, and that's $1,000. And then these are kind of my main sinking funds. These are all Capital One accounts that are attached to my credit card. And then I go into my fixed expenses. So our mortgage, I am overpaying it right now, so I pay $3,300, but for some reason my payment came out at $3,333. So I need to check my escrow account. There might have been a shortage in there, so it charged an additional money onto the account. So I haven't figured that one out yet. And then my electricity has come in. I billed $150, it came in at $126. We've had a very cold winter so far in Arizona. But it's nice on my electricity bill, but you're going to see what happened to my gas bill. So my gas bill, I had estimated $80, which has been what it's running. It came in at $101, and that's because we have gas heat here. Netflix, $16, HBO Plus, $11, Hulu, $16, DirecTV, I had estimated $109, it's $110. Life insurance, $106. Medical insurance, and this is almost... let's see, it was 19, which is 26, almost half of what we were going to pay on the old program. So $1,364 for our medical insurance, $95 for pest control, $25 for car wash, $57 for gym, and internet at $120. So my total for my fixed expenses is everything you see here, plus my subscription. So Sterling Ink for $35, Planner Spot for $36, Elements for $80, Audible for $16. No, take that back. This is this number. I added these into Lifestyle. I should have known by my color coding. For my groceries, I do $300 in cash and $300 I leave in my account for HelloFresh or online groceries. Eating out, $200, spending $200. My mom has $0 because I'm rolling $100 over from last month. Entertainment, $100. Same for miscellaneous, I'm rolling that over. And personal care, $200. Gas, $250. I have been running right around $250, which I'm kind of surprised about because I really drive very little, but we seem to take my car whenever we go anywhere, so I've been going through more gas than I should have been. Giving at $400, household at $100, groceries online, there's that balance of that $600, medicine $100. And then my subscription, Sterling for $35, Planner Spot for $36, Elements for $80, and Audible for $16. So a total of lifestyle for $2,317. And the way I kind of divide it, I feel like fixed is fixed, you know, unless I get rid of a streaming service or something. These are going to be pretty much every month. And then my lifestyle, I can definitely cut down or, you know, take out entertainment. I can take out the subscriptions, anything like that if money gets tight. So when I add this all up, so $5,848 is in fixed expenses. Lifestyle is $2,317. Savings is $1,000. That's what I put in my account every month. That leaves me a balance of $2,469 for sinking funds that are not savings. And that's a total of $11,639 or 34, which matches what my income is. So an every dollar budget. So once I get this all laid out and I come over here to my sinking funds, I first take out the things I know I'm going to fund every single month. So car maintenance is $200, and I call it car maintenance, but it's really my car insurance policy. We pay annually. It's due in August. If I put $200 a month away, I'll have the $2,400 I need in August. Christmas, I fund all year long. My goal is $4,000, so I put $300 a month away for that. And then I am hosting a baby shower for my daughter. I put $500. I had put $500 into the budget, but just the few things I've done already, I'm already close to that. So I'm going to go ahead and do another $500 because it's more than I had anticipated. So once I decide that, and I know I still have money to spend, what I call, then I come over here. So this is my goal for each category. This is my beginning balance at the beginning of February. And then I take the balance of the money that I have to spend and I decide where I'm going to fund it. So there's certain ones I like to fund each time. The top part is everything that's in my Capital One account. I have what I call a general sinking fund. And so not to have a lot of envelopes or to have all these individual accounts, I kind of lump all of these categories into what I call general sinking funds. And they're in a savings account, Capital One, attached to a credit card. The second tier here is sinking funds that I go through rapidly. So there are birthdays, there are holidays, things like that I want to have cash. And those are the ones I have envelopes for. And then down here, these sinking funds are the same ones that you saw on the front page. They're just ones that I fund every single time, and they are big enough funds that they each get their own account on Capital One. So I don't mix Christmas in with gifts. They each have their own accounts. So if you're not familiar with Capital One, it is the credit card that I use. I pay it off every month. But you can attach to your credit card a savings account. They're very easy to open. You open them with $20, and I just transfer money from my credit union into that account. And I do it at the first of the month. So when the first of the month hits, on an auto transfer is Christmas for $300, car for $200. I transfer the $1,000 from my checking into my savings, and I always do it on the first of the month because the money just goes in. I want it to go right back where it needs to go. And it does take a few days, like maybe 3 or 4 days, to transfer from your bank account into Capital One account. So you'll see it as a kind of a pending balance, but you don't see it in the total balance right away. The other thing that I do is I go through and when I go to pay my card, anything that's in, say, gifts that is supposed to be paid back to my card, I go in and make a payment, and the payment's coming from that account, not my credit union. So it's really easy way to pay for the things that I use on my card so that I'm not, paying it out of my account. It's all there. It's all where it needs to be. So that I've been doing this system for about 2 years. It's actually working really well. So what I decided to do with the balance of my sinking funds, I'm putting $100 in dental, which I've been saving up for some dental work I need to have done. Glasses $213, tax prep $60, vitamins $35, and then all of our birthdays got $60, Easter $100 because I have not started that fund yet. Liam and Milo are my daughter's dogs. That's $50. Date night $100. So a total of cash sinking funds at $490. And then these are some of the similar ones you saw before. So $300 for Christmas, $100 for gifts, $500 for medical, $200 for car maintenance, $500 for the baby shower. This is going to be mainly in my Capital One. I might leave $180 in my account because I'm going to Venmo a girl who's doing the cookies for the shower. And so the total is $1,600 that needs to go into their individual funds, $490 for the envelopes, and $408 is going into general sinking funds. And that's a total of $2,469. So I've done the math like 3 times. It's right. It's right. My next step is to set up my planner. This is the Erin Condren 7x9 monthly deluxe. This has been my go-to planner for 4 years now with budgeting. So I have laid down when I'm going to be doing cash stuffing. I really feel like Sunday is the easiest for me to get videos done, things like that. I have 2 credit cards that I pay off. One is my one for my Etsy shop, and that's due on the 21st. And the other one is my Capital One, and that's due on the 2nd. What I have been finding with Capital One is I like to make a mid-month payment, and then I'll pay off the rest for the 2nd when the card's due. And that way the balance doesn't get so high that it makes me nervous. I have marked my paydays. Now, the 15th of February is supposed to be the last day of my contract job. And on Monday, they texted me and asked me if I could stay another 30 days. So I am now going to be staying there till March 15th. But then I think that will be it. Of course, I've said that for the last 3 months. I thought I had put that in. I did not. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put my income in. I'm going to do sinking funds here this time, see how that works for me. I'm really struggling with transactions. So I decided this month to try to do a little differently. I was trying to leave this on my desk open, and there was no room on my desk for this. So I'm going to use this little notebook. It's called Filled Notes. It's just a grid, and I'm going to just write my transactions down in here. And then when I sit down to reconcile my budget, I'll just grab this instead of trying to leave this open so I don't forget, because I end up putting it to the side and then I forget to write down transactions. All of my bills here, most of them have come through. I left these not actualized because if something goes up, I won't know about it till it's in. And then I've already set up my weekly check-in. So groceries is going to get $600, eating out $200. So that's where I'm starting with for cash stuffing, and then we will go ahead and get started with that. I have set up my transaction log because I will still keep this one, but on the daily, I will fill in the field notes as far as my transactions. Okay, let's get started. Now, I did not pull out everything that I needed. So I kind of pulled out more for all my sinking funds, and then half of my cash envelopes, because last time I really felt like I had way too much left in my back to bank. So instead of pulling it all out one time, I just pulled out part of it. So we will do the sinking funds first. Let me go ahead and put my little cheat sheet over here. So I have already set my transfer for my general fund at $408. So that should be already there as a pending, and it will be in the account probably around next Friday, which is the 10th, I think. Okay, so Valentine's Day, I still have $50. I spent $100, so that remains and will roll over. My anniversary is this month. I have $200 in there. That's fully funded. St. Patrick's Day has $50. Not adding to that. Easter, I am adding $100. Right? Yes. I'm going to do two 50s. And Easter, I mean, my kids are grown, so it's not like I'm buying Easter baskets. What Easter's for is really more for the meal or anything that we do, any activities that we do. And then family barbecue, I currently have 50 in here. We are we're smoking a brisket, so that's gonna be 100. So this will probably come out when we go to buy the meat, and then I'll have to pull from groceries as well. Halloween is empty, Thanksgiving is empty. Okay, so for my birthday, I put 60 in every month because I'm trying to catch up right now. So right now I have 160. And you know what I'm gonna do? 60. So now I have 100, 50, 60, 70, 80, 220. That was the messiest way I think I could have counted that. Okay, so 220. And I'll go in and do all my trackers that I keep in here off camera. My husband is also getting 60. His birthday is in September, so we got a little bit more time on his. He's gonna get 60. My daughter's birthday is also in July. She's gonna get 60 as well. This is my daughter and son-in-law's. My son-in-law's birthday is this month, so some of this will come out and then I'll start over for her birthday in October. Family, I don't think is getting anything. Let me see. Nope. And this is like my sisters, things like that. My nieces and nephews are really my nieces and nephews' kids, and they are getting 60. They're kind of at those ages where they like to get cash now, so I've been kind of keeping more cash in here. So 60. So 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 5, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 77, 78. So 180. And there was 120. Okay, so that makes sense. Sometimes I just have to check it because it doesn't seem right. And then Liam and Milo are my daughter's dogs, and that is, I think they're getting 50. They're getting 50. I divide this up because usually I take Liam to get his nails cut, so it's $20, and then I tip the girl. And they were down to 45, so. I did give my daughter $300 for his shots in January because she had just moved, so money was tight. So I went ahead and gave her $300 out of my checking account, but I had budgeted for that in January. And then Disneyland, if we ever get to go back, my Disney cards are in there. Okay, so for this one, it is date night gets 100. 20. 80, 90. Okay, so date night gets 100. We try to do date night at least once a week. Sometimes we'll like take the girls or somebody else out with us. So my money went really fast last month, so I had to use my entertainment. Household gets 100. 90. Now, if you saw my last month's video, you know that I spent household on the first day of the month and I had nothing left. So I'm going to try to hold on to this a little bit longer this time. Miscellaneous will be when I roll money over from miscellaneous. So this month I am just going to leave it in my envelopes. I didn't spend it last month, nor did I spend anything out of my mom's envelope. So instead of taking that out and then budgeting for it, I just went ahead and left it in. Target, I still have my gift card from before. Thrifting. And then Christmas, I don't have my marker with me. So I'll need to get my mild liner and fill in one more for 300. Because that's what I just added to it. Savings, this is going to be my savings challenge. I am still deciding how I want to run this time. It is going to be the 100 envelope challenge. I'm just not sure if I want to keep it in one envelope or if I'm going to do the separate ones again. This is my tracking card for I'm Ready. I pulled this $10 out because it was just so old. I didn't want to throw it in there. So there is money here. And then next month, for the month of February, whatever is in my envelopes, will go ahead and go into the savings challenge. I was going to start it with January, but I had very little left, so I went ahead and decided to wait. And now this. Okay, so these are my, this is my wallet that I take with me. So this is where I'm gonna stuff first, and then the balance will go into the at-home ones. So for groceries, it's $75. And I get that by taking the $300 and dividing it by 4, and it gives me, I think, 300 divided by 4. Yeah, it gives me $75 each week for groceries. And then I'm doing HelloFresh. Like I have one coming on Monday, and that was $69 because I did order some extra meat with that. They have really good meat and it's pretty reasonable. So I did go ahead and order some extra pieces of that. And then eating out gets $50. This money looks very old. And then for my personal spending, that's $50, but that goes into my wallet. So 20, 40, 50. I currently have $1. Yeah, I spent every dime that I had last month. So it is 50 back in there. Personal care is $200. I did have $32 left in here, but I went ahead and took that out, and I'm gonna start back with, so 50. Why is that? Okay, so that's 110, 120, 130, 150. Okay, I'm gonna just do 100 to start because I don't think I have the denominations correct. So I'm gonna do it 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Let me put this back. $50. Oh, because I was going to do half of the money. Okay, so this is what I'm doing anyways. I'm doing half. So 50, 70, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Okay. Okay, my mom still has her 40 in here and 60 in the main envelope, so we're going to leave that alone. And then entertainment is going to get 50. So 20, 40, 50. And then my back to bank envelope. Put that to the side, and then in here, groceries will get 75, because that's the other half of the weekly. Eating out will get 80. No, eating out will get 50. I wish I got 80 a week for eating out. Spending will get 50 as well. So 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I don't know why I'm folding the money. The money does fit the full way this way. Let's see here. I don't know why. Guess I'm just getting used to folding it for the wallet. Okay. Personal care is all in the other wallet. Entertainment's in the other. My mom, this is the rest of her 100. Household is in the other one. Miscellaneous should have 40, 60, 81. Okay. Is there anything I forgot? No, I don't think so. Okay. So the rest of this is going to go into my envelope for my third cash stuffing. And then I'll calculate what I have in my back to bank versus what I need to go pull from the account. So I'm just going to take this one back here, put it in this envelope so I know what it is, because it's not back to bank, so I don't want to put it back in my back to bank envelope. Go into my miscellaneous envelope. Okay. And that is it. So I'm hoping this month goes a little smoother. I really had not anticipated that I was going to stay working. So I was very confident I could do the envelopes because I would be out and about more, but it looks like I'm still going to be working until March 15th. So we'll just kind of go with the system and figure out what works best. So I hope you are all doing well. If you have not done so already, please consider subscribing and hit the alert for all future videos. And if you wouldn't mind, please like or comment on this video. That helps my channel grow. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.